Hey guys, this is Emerald Fire, and today I'm going to show you a ranking system that can sort players, entities, or both in order of high score. To help me demonstrate, I've got my friends Fred the Farmer, Bart the Blacksmith, and Lou the Librarian. Unfortunately, entity names still don't show up on scoreboards. It actually uses their UUID, so in order to help identify them, I've written the first few digits. This guy is A26, this guy is CAD, and this guy is 21A. You'll see why that will be necessary in a moment. So if I go ahead and give these guys some score, I will give Fred 5, I will give Bart 10, and Lou will get 12. So that means Lou is the winner here. Now, when I show the score on the sidebar, you can see that they are already ranked in order of high score, but they're not ranked in places such as first, second, or third. And now just for fun, I'm going to add myself on here. So let's do scoreboard, players, set, Emerald Fire, score. Let's go with 6. And now those things I had listed here were all the objectives that are used in this, but we'll get to that later. So anyway, I am currently in 3rd place, and these guys are in 1st, 2nd, and 4th. Now I will flip the scoreboard over to the rank section. This will show the rank on the sidebar, but it doesn't yet because I have not clicked the Start Ranking button yet. And as soon as I will do it, it should put 21A in 1st, CAD in 2nd, me in 3rd, and A26 in 4th. So press, and there it is. And you may notice that the numbers are negative, but this is because if it was positive, then it would have 4th place at the top and 3rd place at the second to the top, and so on. This way just sets it in the format that we all know and love, with 1st place at the top. Okay, so now I will go back to score and we'll change it around a little bit, just to show that this does work for other stuff. Okay, so now let's put Fred in 1st with 50. You can, alright, we'll change you to 11. And then we can put you down at, let's go, 0. And for myself, I will set my score. Players set fire score. Let's go with -5. So if this works out as it should, and I have to press the buttons to update their scores. Okay, if this works out how it should, these rankings should come in this order. Alright, let's switch to rank view and rank it. And there we go. So scores and ranks are in the same order. It also works for zeros and negative numbers, as you see. Okay, so now I'll just clear that off, and I will briefly explain how this works. First of all, I'm just going to clear up why this squid is here. In case you were wondering, all the fill commands that set these command blocks in order are executed relative to the squid, which means this rank system can be anywhere in the world, and as long as it's in loaded chunks, it will work just by executing commands relative to rank system. Okay, so that's out of the way. Now I'll give you an explanation of how the mechanisms actually work. I won't actually go into all those objectives that I had there, because they do a bunch of different things, but if you were to import them into your world, you would have to manually, or I guess manually, just because I haven't set up any command block structure to do it for me, manually add all these dummy objectives. There's 8 of them. Okay, so to show you how this works, I'm actually going to use a visual demonstration. Let's get some blocks and some signs. Okay, so now imagine there are 4 players, let's say. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Okay? And now let's give each of them a score. Let's say 5, 10, -12, oops, okay, and 0. Alright, so now these are the players with their score. It doesn't matter what order they're in here, because this doesn't actually pay attention to that. What this does is it first adds all of them a certain amount to their rank. So however many players there are, it will add that many. There are 4 players here, so we'll add 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there. Okay. Next, it will go through each player, and it starts with a random one because it does not matter which one it starts with. And it will pick a player. It will then use the new scoreboard features added in, what snapshot is this? 14 week 25B, or A, whatever, that compares scores directly. So if you have 2 scores, let's say 5, and then you use the greater than operation and 6, it will then turn this into 6. But if you use the greater than operation with something like 5, it will keep this as 6. So basically, this picks the greater of 2 scores and assigns it to the first score. Similarly, the less than score would do the same, where it picks the lesser of 2 scores and assigns it to the first score. And the equal sign just changes the first score to the second score. So if you do equals 7, it will just change it to 7. And of course, those are not numbers exactly, but entity scores. And that's how this works, directly comparing scores. So it'll take the first entity's score, and then it will compare it with all the others. And if one of the others is greater than this entity's score, it will subtract 1 from rank. So at the end of this, the number of blocks here will demonstrate the rank. Okay, so we'll start out with 5. 5 is not greater than 5, so we'll leave that there. Yeah. And then 10 is greater than 5, so we'll knock this off. -12 is not greater than 5, so we'll leave that on there. And then 0 is not greater than 5, so we'll also leave that on there. Next to 10, this is the highest, so none of these are greater than 10, so we're just going to leave it as is. -12, all of these are greater than -12. Of course, not -12, that's equal to it, so we'll subtract 1 from all the others. Finally, we've got 0. 5 is greater than 0, 10 is greater than 0, -12 is not, and 0 is not either, because it's equal. And now we've got our rankings. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is pretty much how it works. A lot of complex command block coding, really not that complex, because there's only 16, all to do just that. Okay. So I will provide a world download in the description. I was thinking of doing an MCEdit schematic so someone could import this into their world, just have it work, and then all you would need to do for that is just assign a few things. Sorry about that. So if you want to use this in your own world, all you have to do is execute 3 commands. First, you have to assign all the entities that you want to rank a score of the objective do rank 1. So in this case, I have any entity with a score on the objective score, and as you can see here, this is actually the highest number possible, so it will take any entity with a score at or below that, and if an entity does not have a score, it will not include them. And it will assign them a do rank score of 1. And secondly, you need to transfer the score objective that you want to rank based on, so in this case it would be score. You have to transfer that to another objective called rank score. And the way you do that for each individual entity is, well, the way I've done it is using an execute command. So all entities will execute a command at themselves to transfer their own score into the objective rank score. And this uses one of the new assignment operations in the new snapshot, which, by the way, the snapshot that you have to be for this to work is 14 week 25B, I do believe. At any rate, it works in this snapshot. And that's about it. If you execute these 3 commands, oops, didn't tell you the third one. The third one is just a fill command relative to that squid, so you could copy this command block exactly when you put in your button, and it will activate it based on what you did with these other 2 command blocks. And that's pretty much it. If you want to explore the command block logic for yourself, or import this into a PvP map or anything that you're working on, then download the world in the description. There might be an MCEdit link too. Check that for yourself. And thanks for watching.